Hello my beautiful people, welcome to Stop Moaning with your host, it's me, Meg Hall-Trainor. Please like, share and subscribe if you're enjoying the podcast. I know it ain't started yet, but get ahead of yourselves, why not? And while you're there, give us a 5-star review, will ya? Right, let's get on with it. So, welcome back to another episode. Stop moaning, if I do say so myself. So, last week really took me by surprise. I've had lots of messages from you all, so thank you all very much. I'm so pleased that this podcast, I've finally done it. I've been talking about it for years, about putting this podcast out. Wasn't sure whether or not it would take off. Obviously, I know it would take time to really build up that loyal listener platform, if that's what you say. I'm not too sure on that one. So this week, let's talk about it. My week has actually been a pretty decent week. My mental health has been okay. I actually fell off a chair. Let's have a moment of silence for that, for my back. I was doing my makeup, went to turn the chair to get something, because this is obviously on wheels. I was like, ideal, at least I can, use the wheels to transport me across my room, but the whole chair just went beneath me. That was a great time in the week. It was not, because it meant I needed to be in bed for a constant 2 days. So that wasn't ideal at all. But we move. So what else did we do? This week? I had my best friend's baby shower. That was really, really nice and good and cute and all of that. Now, I actually want to talk about something, because this is something that I realised going to this baby shower is I saw people there that I hadn't seen in a long time. And luckily I had my two best friends there who have literally been with me every step of the way. So there's never going to be any chat about what happened to you. Why have you got a stick? What's this? What's that? All the questions that happen at any event, especially when there's been some form of change with you. It's not ideal. Baby shower was actually fine. Nobody was asking questions. And the people that did ask questions, I know they were genuine and not just trying to be nosy. You can tell if someone's genuine or not when they're asking you, what's happened? Why have you got a crutch? What's going on? But it did make me think about people that do go to events, and makes you think actually how many people are nosy, and how people with newfound disabilities or disabilities in general, when you go to events, how are those people feeling? I'm a really confident person, but this is the only thing that has really impacted my confidence, is having a crutch, and that is going from A to B. Like if I'm at a party or wherever, this is the first event I've been to where it's actually been more of a social event since having a disability. It's my first event I've been to, so I was so anxious, because I'm thinking, am I going to be alright, sitting there, even though I was just sitting down all day? Is it going to be too much for me? And that's something I really struggled with, was the fact, how can me sitting down all day be too much for me? That's really hard for me to comprehend. Really hard. It really heightens the fact that I can't do a lot anymore. How could I have worked easily 16-hour days? I could have worked, back to back as well, doing all these PT clients, classes and all of that, and then just do it all again the next day. How does that work? And now I am struggling just sitting down watching everyone play games. Actually, I won a game. I have to put that out there. There was about 20 mums there. I don't know if they were all mums. I don't think they were, but I just had to put it out there. It was questions about kids and babies, and how many bones is there in a baby's body. It's 300, by the way. 300. Did you know that? Fact of the day. But I won. I only went and won the game. I won a bag of Haribos. They were gone within minutes. I was sitting at this baby shower, and I couldn't help but feel really useless, because I was there helping with decorations, and all I could do was blow up balloons. Usually I'm the one running around and doing all these little bits and pieces and putting banners up and all of that, and I couldn't do it, and I felt like crap. It's just what my life is now. because it is. Get on with it. But it did make me think how other people must feel going to events, and, you know, how do they feel? Like, the questions that go through your mind, like, is there a toilet there? Is there a disabled toilet? Is there stairs to the toilet? Will I have to have assistance every time I need to go to the toilet? Is there somewhere I can sit? Is there a comfortable chair? You know, are people going to be asking me questions? What do I say if people ask questions? So now, if I don't feel like talking about it, I give them a very blunt response, and it doesn't mean it's personal to that person. So if you're listening to this, you don't have a disability, or you know someone that does, don't think that if they're blunt with you, like, please don't take it personal, because it might just be like that is their break. Like, that is the break that they have from their world. That's their, it's like, for example, let me put it to you this way. If you have a job that you absolutely hate, you despise it, you can't bear to go into work on the Monday, you get through the week, you get to Friday, and then you've got the weekend. You go out with your friends, right? And these friends are asking you, and they're talking to you, or people, random people, are talking to you and asking you to go into depth about this job that you absolutely hate. Do you want to do that? No, you don't. Of course you don't. It's exactly the same with a disability. So why would we want to go in to absolute depth and detail and relive all of these experiences that we've been through, and instead we just give this shortened version? Or, for example, I literally just go, I've got a bad back, and that is all they get, because there's no point in me going into all this detail for them to go, oh, okay, just so they've got the information. Like, who is it really benefiting? It's not benefiting me, because I've got to then go through every single detail. Have I told that? You know, it's just unnecessary. So yeah, anyway, that's my thoughts on going to an event with a disability. If you notice someone with a disability, just don't ask. Just treat them like a normal blooming person. You're the same person that you knew before I had a disability, so why are you struggling to have a conversation with me? What else has happened this week? Tell you what else has happened this week. I had a appointment at that hospital where I would potentially be having that operation. Now, it was a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So I got there, and I thought, like I said last week, I thought I was going there to see what the device looked like, how it worked, you know, how the operation is going to go and everything like that. Got there, and then they said, oh, do you know what you're here for? And I was like, well, yeah, give me an educational lesson, essentially. Give me a lesson on how it works. And they went, no, this is a assessment. Now, I broke down in tears, and I think it was more because in my mind, when I have an expectation, I don't know if anyone else is like this, when I have an expectation and it doesn't go the way I was expecting, it completely, one, throws me off, and two, it upsets me when it's about something like this. So in my head, for weeks and weeks, I knew that that was an educational session, like about my device that's going to be implanted. So that's what I knew, because I called up the hospital and they told me, but they just told me the wrong thing, obviously. But it's quite hard to then adjust your mindset to, okay, we're doing this now. Even though I've done loads of assessments, this is now because we're with NHS now, we're not private anymore. So realistically, I had to do it again. Luckily, the physio that was there was someone that I'd seen before, and I'd actually seen privately before. So I knew exactly what to expect. As soon as I saw him, I felt really like at ease. I did really well. He said I'd really improved. So, like, because I've been doing my exercises and stuff, I was really pleased that I had improved, and he could see that as well. And also my dad came with me, and I found that was really nice that he was also able to see the improvement in me, because I am doing the physio and I am trying hard and trying to get like stronger again in my body. It's good to know like that I've improved. So anyway, it wasn't what I thought, but it was still beneficial because it got me to ask the questions that I wanted to know, completely understand the steps that need to be done. The next step was actually for it to be approved, and they had the meeting on Tuesday this week, and that's where they can like discuss whether or not I was a good candidate for this implant. And I got the call, And I am, so that's fantastic news. I'm so pleased. I knew that I was a good candidate for this operation. We've been told that we're having this operation. It's just been a lot of letdowns along the way. Like, some people are not accepting it and then other people are. It's a £30,000 operation, so you can understand why there's a bit of umming and ahhing about it. But I've been accepted, so I'm super excited because finally I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, if that's the right saying. It's really nice to know that it's happening and it's happening this year, and you know, there's progress there, and it means the world. I've been accepted, so that's really good news. Super excited. It's not the kind of theatre I'm used to, but get me in there. Anyway, let's get on with the podcast. That's how my week's been. I hope your week's also been amazing. So let's get on with it. So, since having this disability and being diagnosed with multifocus fat infiltration, where it's really impacted my health and my mental health and how I felt, as it is, without anything else going on top of that, the fact that there is stuff that has made this worse and stuff that could have been helped really has impacted me. So there's been some situations that have happened since I've had this disability, and I've really struggled with dealing with that and dealing with the fact that these situations actually happen in day-to-day life. Like, I just didn't realise people were this shallow, I guess. I just think it's really bad. So I'm going to tell you about a situation where it was my first time with my disability that I actually got on a train. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done. Mind you, I had to have assistance both sides. I had to call the station before, let them know I was coming. I just didn't realise how much planning goes into this, and it's mental, really. Like, you think, I'm only getting on a train. Why do I need to be calling all these people to let them know I'm coming? Like, I'm not a celebrity, do you know what I mean? But I bloody felt like one, I can tell you that. So anyway, I got to the station. Absolutely fantastic they were. Really helped me, like, on the platform because obviously I had crutches, and then they took my case for me, got me on the train, seated me. They were brilliant, can't fault them. Anyway, on the way back, you will not believe what happened, right? I'm actually still in shock, and this happened ages ago. So what happened is I got off the train, and obviously I was meant to be having assistance, and the assistance didn't arrive, for one. So how was I meant to get a suitcase off a train? The doors are about to close. Nobody assisted me, as in, it's so hard when you ask for help with a crutch, because people, especially when you're younger, I think, and this isn't ageist, but it is ageist, because people that have a disability that are younger don't even get looked at twice. Like, for example, I was like, oh, are you able to help me with my bag? And they're like, why? Why do you think, mate? Like, I can't do it on my own. And it is so hard, and it makes you feel so vulnerable. And it is just crap. Like, it really is just, it makes you feel awful. And you think, why? Just why? Why is it an issue? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? I was trying to get off this train. No one was helping me. So I had to basically hold on to the train. Mind you, I had a crutch in my hand. I had to hold on to this, try to boot my suitcase off the train and get myself off. It's the only way I could do it. Luckily, someone did actually step up at the very last minute. It's always at the last minute when you've already struggled. And they helped me get my case off. Then I went to a lift, and obviously, because I can't get down the stairs, and pressed the button. Mind you, my assistants didn't arrive, so I was just on my own. Pressed the button to this lift, and it opened. Lift was full, but there was definitely room in there. They had shuffled back. I would have been able to get in. I'm not big. I had just a little tiny suitcase, that big, that I was just wheeling because it was easier than a bag. And then I had my crutch. It wasn't a lot. But they literally, all of them, there's about 6 of them, or 5 of them, or however many there is, looked around, looked at me, and just closed the door. And I just thought, what a bunch of wankers. It really upset me. Anyway, I come out the lift, and I've looked, and there is a massive staircase, huge. I just looked at it, oh my God, like with absolute dread. Like seriously, there's no way I can do that. No way. Anyway, I saw someone working there and I was like, thank goodness they're going to help me. So obviously they've got to help me, surely, no? No, they didn't. I said, are you able to help me, please? Obviously, why? Because I have a disability. Just the way he looked at me, the way he treated me was just awful. He point blank refused to help me at all. He said, there's a ramp there. I said, yeah, is it a steep ramp? And is there like railings? So there's railings, but it's really steep, so good luck. Are you having a laugh? Good luck. Are you not going to help me? I just found it disgusting, absolutely disgusting. And it made me think, if I had one leg or something like that, or a cast where it was obvious, I think he would have helped me. I think he would. Or if I was elderly, he would have jumped at helping me. But no, I've never felt that vulnerable in my entire life. I feel like I'm welling up now just talking about it. Like, the way it made me feel. And there was nobody else at the station, so there was nobody else I could ask. There was just one guy, and all he had to do was help me up a bloody ramp, and it was just too much for him. I asked you guys if you've had any situations where it's made you feel vulnerable, if you've got any predicaments. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off. I've got my little iPad. I'm feeling all professional here. Don't forget to send in your stories to stopmoaningpod@gmail.com or send it in to our DMs at stopmoaningpod. The first one I've got is, I'm unable to walk and rely on a wheelchair full time. I'm in an international LDR, so I was returning to my home country. I think this person is from America. And the airport staff forgot to put me on the plane. What? Sorry. What? I've got to keep reading. That's disgusting. My flight was leaving in 15 minutes and I couldn't bring myself because I can't wheel myself with my luggage. I have a lot of upper body weakness due to spinal cord issues. I told the nearest staff my issue, but she just kind of ignored me. This random guy overheard me and carried my carry-on for me and walked with me to the gate. But it was honestly terrifying. I bet it was. So glad he has good intentions. The real kicker was, this was also the day before a huge pilot strike, so I'd have been completely out of luck. I seriously hope the guy finds $100 randomly in whatever currency he uses. So I think they're from America. That is disgusting. Sorry. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. I'm in shock. The fact that they forgot to put you on the flight. Excuse me? Honestly, thank goodness for that guy. But the thing is, that is just an awful... I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock. Like, that's disgusting. How dare they forget to put you on the flight? Like, this is what gets me. Like, you're a paying customer, just like everyone else on that plane. So why should you have less priority? In fact, you should have more priority. They should put you on the plane first. Why haven't they done that? You know, I'm going to assume as well you've got priority boarding because of the ability that you have. Then why are they not giving you that priority? And the fact as well that you told the staff that your issue and they ignored you. I really, really hope that this to court, because this is a joke. This is an absolute joke. I can't believe this. This is awful. I'm so sorry this happened to you. Thank goodness for that guy. There is good in this world. There is good in this world. So, I've got a next one now. Yes, so this person was trying to get on a bus. That's just a bit of a context here. So, the amount of times I've had an elderly person tell me to get out of the elderly seats on public... Firstly, it's not elderly seats, it's disabled seats. That's actual joke that they're calling it that. That just shows that elderly people generally as a general population, think they're more privileged than others. And that is just something, it just gives me the ick. Like, you're not. You are much of a person as I am. That means we're on the same... Absolutely does me nothing. Don't get it. So, let's get into this. So, get out of the elderly seats on public transport is laughable. Or you get questioned about you're faking being disabled to get those seats. I've had way too many elderly women or men tell me if I just lost... Whoa, hold up. I've had way too many elderly women or men tell me if I just lost weight, I wouldn't be disabled, or the extra walk to the back of the bus could do me some good to shift the extra pounds causing my disabilities. What? That's ridiculous. They don't know what disabilities I have. Exactly, they don't know what disabilities you have. And the fact that they just assume that it's because of weight gain, which is disgusting, by the way. Like, please, by the way, I don't know who you are, but please do not take that to heart, because that is just saying a lot more about them than you. And I think, don't let it either stop you from sitting in a disabled seat on the bus. You have every single right to sit in that seat, as well as elderly people. It doesn't mean that you're more entitled than them, but it also doesn't mean they're more entitled than you. So make sure you remember that. I tend to ignore them, well done, because sometimes the worst thing you can do to someone who is entitled and rude is ignore them, or simply explain, this is for disabled people, I am disabled, it's not limited to age. Amen to that. Fantastic response. Absolutely love that. It's exactly right, and it's not limited to age. You see, unfortunately, honestly, this breaks my heart, but you see little kids that are disabled. I'm 28. I'm disabled. There's other people out there that are disabled. It's not limited to age at all. You're completely right. I feel a lot of people won't understand unless they are themselves disabled or know someone is. Well, that's exactly why I'm doing this, and hopefully your story will help. Just look out there. If you see someone struggling, it doesn't matter. Remember, all disabilities are not always visible either, and bear that in mind. If there's someone sitting in that disability seat, do not question them. You do not know if they're disabled or not. Just think someone's sitting there, end of. You don't need to ask them, or if you really want to, just go, you're disabled. If they say yes, leave it at that. Don't need to ask, well, what's wrong with you? If you walk to that's made me angry. This next one we've got. I got yelled at a couple of weeks ago for parking in a disabled spot. I was waiting at a busy mall. I think this person's from America as well. Look at this podcast. We're going viral. Waiting at a busy mall and finally found a spot where somebody was loading their car but had turn signal on, and some guy pulled up and yelled it was a disabled spot. I told him I'm aware and held up my permit. Exactly. He went off on how I was stealing my dad's permit. I'm nearly 50. He got so nasty. That's disgusting. This was the first time I finally ventured out to this store in a couple of years. I usually order everything online. Absolutely, I completely get that. I'd been wanting to go for several months, but never had the energy after work to do it. I left work an hour early just so I could finally go, and then some guy goes off on me for not needing the spot. I'm so sorry. I really sympathise with the fact it would have taken you so much courage and so much strength to get yourself ready and get yourself out the door, and then that happens to you. Just makes you want to just shy away and stay indoors forever, doesn't it? But please don't let people like this belittle you and make you feel like you are not worthy of that disabled spot. You absolutely are. And I think it's disgusting the fact that there is people out there that just think they're so privileged, and they have obviously had either a really tough life or they're just having a really bad day and they are taking it out on you. And please just remember that next time it happens, because there will be a next time, unfortunately. There's nothing. That's why I started this podcast, is to hopefully bring some awareness to this and hopefully just make people believe and see that all disabilities are different. They're not all visible. Some are invisible. And I think really disability is important. And I think everyone, if you have the badge to park in that spot, park in that spot. Don't let anybody tell you different. You are absolutely entitled to that spot. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Okay, so I'm going to move on to predicaments. So, as I said on my stories as well, I want to be covering, it's not just about disability. I want to be bringing awareness to it as well. But I also want to be diving into your predicaments. It can be dating, it can be life, it can be anything at all. So make sure you send them in. So this one here. I'm worried not going for my dream job will affect my mental health, in that I am currently progressing in an office job, cool, and want to continue earning money to improve my living conditions, especially now that I am living with my partner, so I'm looking for a more lucrative job. The only issue is I am an actor, and becoming an actor is my dream, though I am pushing it to the side for now to focus on money. I'm torn because I know I want to progress financially. I love living with my partner, and earning good money gives me a way of life that I enjoy. But I feel a creative hole in myself and worry this will get worse and I will end up depressed. Okay, so this is quite a difficult one because obviously you've got your financial stability there. Also got like your happiness from your partner, which is fantastic. If you was to go part-time in your office job, I know it says that you're progressing. I know you're progressing in your office job. Would it be an option, even if you just dropped one day a week? The reason I say this, and I know instead of you just giving up your dream completely, and just because money is not a be-all or end-all at all. I've been in a situation where, there was a lot of money around me. I had the house, I had the car, I had all of that, yet I was not happy. It's only when I moved back in with my mum I was the happiest. So money does not dictate your happiness, so please don't let it be that. I really think that you should never ever give up on your dream. If you have got a dream, do not let this get in the way. Like, nothing can get in the way of you achieving your dream. It depends how bad you want it. If you really, like you say here, it's obviously you want it a lot because you wouldn't be saying about your mental health otherwise. So if you're worried that you will get depressed if you don't go for your dream, absolutely go for your dream. Really important to put yourself first. Stick at your office job. I don't think that you should give it up because obviously it's giving you a good income. It's giving you a steady base, and I think when you have a side hustle like acting, as it will be for the start, I think maybe something you can think about is maybe reducing your hours just by 1 day a week, and then dedicating that 1 day a week to acting, so you're still having that creative output. Maybe you could write a play, or you could do something like go to a theatre, so you're still getting that creativity there. Prioritise seeing theatre and get yourself into a theatre group. Maybe that could be every once a week, but get that day off work. Have that, I don't know, whatever day it is that week. Say if it's every Wednesday, that every Wednesday that's your day for acting. Whether that's learning lines, whether that's recording monologues, whether that's doing on-screen, auditions, whatever it is, that is your day for acting. So then every week you have that little sprinkle of creativity in your week, and I think that that's really going to help you. Obviously, as you go on, if you start to get more auditions and getting out there, get on the online, get on Mandy. That's just to put it out there, Mandy is a creative online software where you can seek out auditions. Get on, Spotlight, all of those things, because I'm sure you're already on. But just get yourself out there, get your headshots out there, do all the stuff that will get you closer and closer to your goal. And I have absolutely every bit of faith in you. But please do not sacrifice your dream for money, because like you say, it will make you depressed, and it absolutely will. And you'll end up resenting yourself and kicking yourself in years to come that you didn't follow your dream. Again, there's no age limit. Like I was saying about the disability, there is absolutely no age limit on achieving your dream either. So just remember that. Don't put pressure on yourself I have to be a successful actor or getting paid jobs by the end of this year. Don't put a time limit on it. Maybe do a time limit on, I want to do 5 auditions by the time the year's out, or whatever. Set yourself little goals, right, okay, so I'm going to do 3 auditions in the next 2 months, or whatever it might be. I don't know how quick your auditions come up, but do you know what I mean? Do something like that. Set yourself little goals. Doesn't matter what the audition's for. It could be for an advert. It could be for something you don't even want. Just get yourself out there. But that's probably what I would say. Really prioritise time for you and your partner as well, which sounds like you're doing. Sounds like you're living the lifestyle you want to live. So I think by just dropping 1 day will just allow you, or even if you don't want to drop a day, allow 1 day at the weekend maybe. But I think it's really important for you to put this first. This is so important. So important. You need to look after number one at the end of the day. And remember, your dreams are so important. Do never ever give up on your dreams. If you want it bad enough, you will get out there and you will get it. So do not ever give up. Obviously, today's episode was a bit different than last time. It was just me talking about me, myself and I. But I promise you, it's not going to be like that every episode. This is why I encourage you. Please send in your dilemmas. Send in your stories. Send me them in. And just as a reminder, at stopmoaningpod on Instagram, on TikTok, all that jazz. Or if you would like to, if you're old school and you'd like to send in an email, if you've got a story and it's a longer one, feel free to send it in via email, and that is stopmoaningpod@gmail.com. But yes, that is the end of today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll see you again next Thursday. Have a fantastic week wherever you are in the world. Bye! Please don't forget, if you are listening on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please give me a 5-star rating, please, because you must have enjoyed it if you're still here. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra nice, hit that like button. And of course, give it a share. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you same time next week.